The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Morning Market Kickoff with your host, Tommy O'Brien. Now, Tommy O'Brien.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Tommy O'Brien coming to you live from TFNN, 8:30 a.m. Thursday morning. 60 minutes to go until the opening bell. We got markets starting off in negative territory. We're going to get weekly jobless claims right now as we speak, 8:30 a.m. Waiting for that number. While we do, we got markets right now. S&Ps negative by about 21 points, trading at 27.91. NASDAQ futures negative by 75, trading at 89.71. The Dow off 227, 22,939. That's after quite a slide in the markets yesterday. We've got oil up about 61 cents at $25.90. The 10-year yield 0.619%. We'll start things off with the VIX, that volatility index. The VIX right now, quite an elevation. Tuesday, we were sitting at 26. Wednesday, we were sitting at 31. Thursday, we're sitting at 37. And as we speak, that weekly jobless claim number coming in over the wire, and we got it 2.981 million. So just shy of 3 million jobs. The number they were looking for was 2.7 million, pretty close, but exceeding the expectations. And as we wait for the market to react, S&Ps now up about 2 points from that number. Drilling things into a 5-minute chart to see the reaction to that news. And you can see the volatility actually trading a bit higher on the 830 bar from about 27.90 to 27.93. Pretty muted response, all things considered pretty close to expectations with about 3 million jobs, weekly jobless claims on that number. We'll start things off with the charts. Let's check it out with the Dow. The Dow trading 22,947. You back things up, quite a couple days of losses. There's your acceleration Tuesday. It really begins, you could say, 3 p.m. Eastern time Tuesday. We were higher at about 9 a.m. You're talking 24,261. Just like that, folks, we've lost about 1,300 Dow points in the span of about 48 hours. You're trading under 23,000. 22,924. NASDAQ 100, we've had some big moves. You back it up 2 days, we're above 9,300. Talking about 400 points in the NASDAQ 100, trading at 89.17. S&P's trading lower, even since about 6 a.m. I was up earlier this morning, took a look at the markets. Things seem to be going well. 28.16, but boom, just like that, we're off about 30 points from that price level. 27.85, and check out the S&P's dropping as we speak. Crude oil was as high as about 26.72. We back off a bit. You have crude now trading at $26 on the dot. Been a decent week for crude, all things considered. Gold contract with some volatility right now as well, 17.24. Gold, yesterday, volatility reaching a high at about 8 p.m. Eastern time of 17.27. We were back up at that level about 3 a.m., at 6 a.m., and gold is charging higher on that weekly jobless claims number. And the euro-US dollar back under 108 at 107.64. In terms of what else we have happening in the market, taking a look at the stocks making moves this morning, we'll jump right into it. Norwegian, so they reported first quarter loss of 99 cents a share. Cruise lines, cruise ships, maybe no stocks hit harder, as you would expect, as basically a sailing petri dish with hundreds, if not thousands, of people trapped inside that are unable to get off if this virus spreads. Wider than the 50 cents that they were looking for. Revenue in line with forecast. The cruise line operator said it is well positioned to withstand 18 months of voyage suspensions. Not bad, right? Not bad. 18 months. That seems legitimate. But guess what, folks? You're trading lower. 9.91. You were at 10.31. They lose almost $1. They were looking for a loss of about 50 cents. There's some volatility for you. A spike to above 11, and just like that, we're trading at 9.86 on Norwegian. And for some context, why not? It is remarkable, the fall. That doesn't even do it back. I mean, check out just this, right? You're talking about from April 24th. We were just at this level, went all the way up to almost $19. Boom, we're back at 9. But check out the real rise and fall from $60 to $7. Just like I mentioned twice now. Look at that. March 20th, the run-up began. We made it as high as $20.28, back to $8. Boom, we make it all the way back up again to almost $17.48. Boom, this morning we're going to open under $10 at about $9.85 right now on their earnings. 3M said its sales fell 11% in April, with the surge in face mask demand being offset by declines for its other product lines. Healthcare sales rose 5%, while transportation and electronics saw a 20% drop, and safety and industrial sales fell 11%. 3M, they make a lot of those N95 masks. You're going to open a bit lower today. Check out that from 180 down to 114. Some volatility here. They do a lot more than make those masks, though, it seems, and they're going to open basically pretty close to even at 135. Cisco reported their earnings, beating consensus estimates by 10 cents a share, revenue topping estimates as well. Checking out Cisco shares this morning, CSCO. Talk about some volatility last night to 44.45, but as the market has sold off a bit, Cisco as well. Cisco now just barely positive at 42.31, closed last night at 41.95. Smile Direct, they're out with their earnings, losing 28 cents a share, wider than the 19 the market was looking for. They make straightening aligners for teeth. They saw revenue miss estimates as well. The company sees its kits business providing a larger percentage of revenue going forward compared to business in its smile shops. Yeah, I would imagine a lot of people are going to be doing less business in person, more business sending things out and so forth. SDC is their symbol, Smile Direct Club. And it's been a tough one. From 10, we're down to 7.15. For some context here, check out that acceleration from about $15 to $3.64, and we're back to about $7 on Smile Direct. Jack in the Box, fast food, 17 cents a share. 16 cents a share below estimates, quarterly earnings of 50 cents. I mean, it's amazing how much we have going on, right? I keep checking the markets, seeing what's happening as it digests the weekly jobless claims number, another 3 million people. We're off 30 points in the S&Ps. We're off about 305. And the number of earnings that we get to deal with as well. Jack is their earnings, and we're going to open a bit lower. I mean, look at this. Well, it's 90 to 16. We're back at 60. I mean, of course, we're going to see some volatility, folks, when we just clawed back. You know, a lot of these stocks are up 50%, 100%. From 63 last night, 63.71. Looks like we're going to open low with the bid ask right around $60. We're as low as 57.89 on their numbers last night. Fiat Chrysler will not distribute its 2019 dividend that was due to be paid this year because of the impact. They're also suspending. The parent group's also suspending their dividend. Yeah, I mean, you're making cars that are not selling right now. Dividends might be something that goes away. And there you see that. FCAU down a bit this morning, but the market is as well. So DraftKings. Susquehanna Financial began coverage with a positive rating. Now, it just came out that Soros, I believe, was a huge investor in there, noting that online gambling site operator is a leader in the market that could grow to as much as $40 billion in the next 10 years. Folks, I've said it before, I play a bunch of poker, used to play a bunch of poker more so. There's DraftKings at about 26 right now. There's absolutely no reason you cannot play online poker, a skill game, yet you can fire up your computer and bet on as much horse betting as you want to, especially a time right now where you don't want to be going to the casino, you don't want to be going to those, any type of action like that, playing with cards, all that stuff. Hopefully you make some headway, man. Tax it, get it done. DraftKings, you can spend as much money as you want on daily fantasy right now. You can spend as much money as you want on online horse betting right now, but you can't play online poker. Hopefully they fix that one. Stay tuned, folks. We'll be coming back. We'll check out the markets, see what else we have on tap for Thursday trading. We'll be right back.
If you're in the CD market and looking for a secure investment, the Tiger First Mortgage Program may work for you. The security for these first mortgages are building lots in the tax opportunity zone in St. Petersburg, Florida. The Tax Act of 2018 set up tax-free zones across the country where you can build and hold for 10 years and pay no tax on the profits, which makes these lots valuable. The investment is anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000. The interest paid is 7% yearly, paid on a monthly basis. According to Bankrate.com, the best rate for a 4-year CD in the country as of February 20th is 3.1%. A $50,000 investment at a normal 4-year CD rate of 3.1% would give you income of $1,550 per year or $6,200 over the 4-year period. That same $50,000 investment in the Tiger First Mortgage Program would give you $3,500 per year or $14,000 over the 4 years. Which would you prefer, $6,200 or $14,000 of interest on your investment? If you would like more information about the Tiger First Mortgage Program, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190. The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my Gold Report. The Gold Report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Right now you get the S&Ps negative by about 28, NASDAQ negative by 83. Zooming in on things, there's your 8:30 15-minute bar. Let's put it on a 5-minute bar looking at the S&Ps right now. I'm going to take off this drawing to make things clear, and we're looking at some volatility, but you can see the spike on the 8:30 number. We're as high as 27.95. We're currently sitting at about 27.84, right near that low of 27.81. You see the volume coming in right on that number at 8:30, quite a spike. We'll see where the market goes. We got about almost 50 minutes to go until trading begins. Jumping back to stories that have been out there, how about Uber's CEO? The story, a seasoned deal maker pursues his biggest one yet. Uber going after Grubhub. There's been a lot of articles written in terms of what they're going to pay for it if a deal is reached. Grubhub, with a market value of $5.3 billion, the biggest for their CEO ever. Uber's negotiating a potential acquisition. Now, they've been talking about anywhere from about 1.9 shares of Uber to 2.15 shares of Uber. So he ran Expedia for more than a decade, completed 41 deals there with a total of $12.7 billion. His tenure at the online travel agent was defined by a strategy he picked up as a top lieutenant in Interactive Corp's billionaire chairman, Barry Diller, roll up competitors, integrate them, and reap the rewards of scale. Can't argue with that plan, right? I like that plan. Uber shares pulling back this morning down about almost $1 from where we closed at yesterday. Market's down about a 1%, but that's quite a reaction on Uber. And then Grubhub shares, and you see the reaction on Tuesday, that was the reaction of the news breaking that they were going to buy Grubhub, jumping over to Grubhub shares, pulling back a bit, but you see the spike as high as 46 up to 64, now back at about 56. $60 was thrown around by one analyst out there, as in $60 is what Uber might end up paying, as high as $75, some analysts looking for. Interesting nonetheless. I am a big fan of Uber, and we'll see how that shakes out. Interesting, though. Talk about interesting. How about Senator Burr over there? So the FBI seizes senator's phone in insider trading case. This making huge headlines as you have Senator Richard Burr, the chairman of the Senate Intelligence Committee. He gets more briefings than anybody, folks. Early on in this pandemic, the Senate Intelligence Committee, the chairman of that committee, as he should or she should, gets more information and briefings than almost anybody besides maybe the president. And he might be pretty close to on par with the information the president is receiving. And Burr, a North Carolina Republican, and 3 other senators sold holdings after receiving closed-door briefings on Capitol Hill earlier this year about the emerging threat. So he had his phone taken. We'll see how that story develops. But nonetheless, when you have the chairman of the Senate Intelligence Committee getting their phone taken from them in a criminal investigation for insider trading, the headlines just do not stop in 2020, folks. Weight Watchers pops on bullish analyst call, but traders prefer another fitness stock. I mean, how about, Peloton, whatever you're in there, right? And that's what they're talking about. To jump over to these 2 stocks, Weight Watchers. So there's the volatility they were talking about yesterday, traded from 24 up to almost 27, but boom, just like that, we're back to $24 right now with a bid 24 by 24.50. Peloton, quite an acceleration for this company. Now, I've talked about this one in general, folks. I'm an avid biker myself, fortunate to live in Florida where we get to bike 12 months a year. But I do not understand how you can sell a $2,200 stationary bike along with a subscription in the same essence. Yes, it's a business plan, but it's very replicatable. And that's something you want to be careful of here as you drive this up. The trends have changed. They're growing rapidly. People, it seems to be everybody who has them loves them. But how many bikes can you sell at $2,200? Exercise equipment, expensive exercise equipment, it's been around forever, right? You get the business plan. Be very wary of a long-term business plan that is somehow a premium brand selling bikes for $2,300 and change, and then having to pay a monthly fee for their app when really there's going to be a lot of great products out there, folks. And $2,300 for a bike, I'm not sure that one transitions to. And that's where they really struggled in the beginning of their launch. I mean, when they came out, check it out. You were at 27 the first day, and you traded all the way down to $20 and change as the market kind of struggled to understand how this was going to be a long-term profitable venture. But they came out with their first numbers in November, and they really shot from 21 up to 35, down to 17. The market figures out at around middle of March that there's going to be winners and losers in this market, and things turn around for certain companies. Peloton, one of them, up to about $45. We're going to open it $45.38, a bit this morning in the positive, though, opening with the market negative. Jumping back to other stories in terms of stocks making moves. Starbucks, they want their landlords to lower rent for the next year, according to a letter from the COO and reported by the Seattle Times. The letter cited the economic disruption. Pretty remarkable, right? When you got companies, we've talked about it before. Everybody wants a stay on rent. Well, landlords have their bills too, and the banks have their bills too. And when you got a company like Starbucks, and for disclaimer, I'm a bull in Starbucks. I own some Starbucks, all right? But you can't be a company like Starbucks and telling everyone you're not going to pay, because I'm sure they're in malls, right? They're everywhere, okay? So how are the people they're supposed to pay their bills to? How are they going to pay their leases and their mortgages? You're talking about a company like Starbucks saying, hey, we can't pay our rent next year. Yeah, they can probably pay their rent next year. They just don't want to. You're going to see this often, and we'll see how it shakes out. Starbucks this morning down a bit with the market, quite a rebound. Now, Starbucks got hit earlier than most companies because of their huge presence in China. You could see that benefit them, though, as China rebounds strongly and the rest of the world still grapples with COVID-19. MasterCard said it saw a slight rebound in credit card use during the 2 weeks ended May 7th. You're seeing this as a little bit of a trend when Uber came out with their earnings saying that we may be past the worst of it due to loosening of social distancing rules in some areas as well as fiscal stimulus. MasterCard shares on a longer basis talk about some volatility from 347 down to almost 200. You're back at 269. You're going to open a bit lower at about 267 this morning. McCormick upgraded to a perform from neutral at Credit Suisse. More people cook at home. I've used McCormick spices and other products. MKC, that would make sense. I'm looking to buy in a grill on Memorial Day. because it's time for me to get a better grill. I mean, that's a great time, folks. And it's because I'm going to be spending more time at home. McCormick from 174 to 112. We're going to open back at about 170 in positive territory this morning. I mean, it's just remarkable how they sold off everything. A company like McCormick, right? Spices, homeware. You're gonna be cooking at home. And we see it in the chart, just a remarkable action. And Allergen Therapeutics released favorable data from a phase 1 study of its treatment of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. So you're talking about healthcare outside of COVID-19, and we're going to open positive today. Check it out. So the recent volatility on their earnings, but check out this pop today. There you go. On that news to 46.57 all the way. But look at this action. We've paired it down to 34. God bless the people that got caught up there, folks. Be careful chasing the stock that jumps 50% in a matter of an hour. And then guess what? We give it almost all back. We're at $34. Let's check back in on the S&Ps. Right now, we're down about 30 points, 27.83. You can see the pop on that 830 number. We're kind of just hanging right now at about 27.80. Remarkable, folks. You're talking about a solid 150 points from where we were Tuesday, 29.34. We're trading at 27.82. Stay tuned, folks. We'll be coming back to finish up the program, see what else we have on tap for Thursday trading. I'll be right back.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, oil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. We got markets right near session lows. S&P's negative 29 points at 2783. NASDAQ negative 72 at 8920. The Dow off about 310. So that weekly jobless claims number coming in right at about 3 million. The estimate was about 2.7%. As they mentioned in the den, that's about a 10% miss. But when I say not that big of a deal, my interpretation is 200 or 300,000 jobs in the span of, we're talking about 33 to 36 million jobs now lost. Not really a game changer, probably. You are seeing the market trade a little bit lower on that number, but I would say things are going to play out in terms of as the economy opens back up. Is there a second wave, right? Are schools going to be open in September? You had Dr. Fauci testifying before the Senate this week, talking about maybe being a bit skeptical about just guaranteeing that schools are going to open in September. And one of the things weighing on people in general is that we're becoming tired of being alone. They're talking about in the dens, day 60 of self-isolation, right? I mean, we're approaching that level. We're talking March. My birthday was March 20th. That was about 5 to 7 days after things happened. I spent it at home. I got some takeout from Outback. March 20th. We're approaching May 14th. About 2 months in, it's almost incomprehensible that come September, things might not get back to normal. But we're seeing 20,000 plus cases a day, folks, in this country. And everything is a decision. You always have a choice in life. There's just consequences. You don't have to show up to work every day. There's just consequences, right? You don't have to shut down the country. There's just consequences. And what I'm most important is just getting the correct information so you can make the correct decision yourself. Because if this is still rolling around and schools still open back up and we're risking 500,000 dead, just be aware that's a decision. It's a conscious decision everyone's making. And, you can stay home if you need. It's that way, at least for those people who are high risk. You can understand that things are not going to be perfect. We're not going to open back up and things are going to be gone. We're going to be dealing with this for the time being. So be careful, be safe out there, and do some research and get some good information to protect yourself so that you know what you're doing. Stay tuned, folks. Larry Pesavento coming up, and don't miss his live trading webinar a week from today. Check it out on the front page of TFNN.com with Larry